You know what's funny to me is the fact that people do understand that, humans nowadays as a whole have a lot of chronic anxiety and chronic stress because of our flight or fight stress response, which comes from, you know, our ancestors who were more primitive and needed that response to get away from predators. And we don't have predators anymore. So when we don't have an outlet for that stress response, the flight or fight response, and we don't know how to cope with it properly, we get chronic anxiety, chronic stress, right? Because we use that flight or fight response unintentionally on very, very small, trivial things in life, right? And that means I'm more likely to go out on the street, and if somebody pisses me off, I'm a lot more likely to react to them, right? I might lash out. The funny part is most people don't realize their dogs are reactive because even though they're domesticated, they're less domestic than us. And they're living in a house with four walls, trapped in a house, and they're given everything for free. They don't need to work for food, they don't need to work for water, right? Depends. He works for food. But most people's dogs don't need to work for food, water, nothing, right? And they don't have an outlet to practice their stress response, their flight response.
You die.
So when they don't have an outlet, when they don't have play, right? Why do you think your dog's reactive? Why do you think he is constantly stressed or anxious? Why do you think he blows up at the smallest things another dog or a human does outside? Or the smallest noise, the smallest stimuli, right? Because animals that live outside and actually have to hunt or get hunted, they use their fight or flight response, and they know how to turn it on and turn it off, right? We don't really know how to do that, and that translates to our dogs, right? So when you don't give your dog an outlet like play, right? Play is how they practice, rehearse hunting, right? When we don't give them an outlet like that, it's inevitable he's going to be stressed and anxious, right? When he's stressed and anxious, he's going to react, right? He's not fulfilled. It's not just about tiring the dog out. It's also real fulfillment, right? Primitive fulfillment. The same way that we need food, water, sleep, they need food, water, sleep, and play. Play is something they need. It's not something they want, right? They need it. If he doesn't get off leash freedom and he doesn't get to play, he will never be fulfilled, and he will always be reactive. You're not going to fix your reactivity with just bribing them with food, and you're not going to fix your reactivity by just punishing him. It's not going to happen. Maybe you'll see an improvement, like, oh, you go out in one session, you punish the hell out of him, right? And then, oh wow, he's not reacting as much anymore. It's not sustainable, right? All you're going to do is ruin your relationship with your dog, and it's going to come back because he's not actually fulfilled. He has nowhere to put that energy, so he's going to have to put it back on dogs because that's what he knows now. A lot of dogs, even if it started as fear reactivity or excited reactivity, they become aggressive. It becomes the best part of their day to react. Think about that. Is your dog getting fulfilled, or are they cooped up and anxious? Especially dogs that are more prone to reactivity because he can get fixated very easily on things, right? It's just his genetics, so he's a lot more prone to it. And when I first got him, he was reactive, right? 99% of fixing reactivity is fulfilling them. So 99, which means 99% of fixing reactivity is play and off-leash freedom. Right, Sky? Okay.